What the hell did I just read, bro? So this is just a taste of what Oda is cooking for the final saga. I genuinely think this is one of the most intense manga chapters I've ever read. Without a doubt belongs in the collection of all-time classic One Piece chapters. I apologize if I won't be able to find the right words because I'm recording this immediately after reading. I kinda need some time to process my thoughts, so you can consider this just first impression also. But yeah, let's get into the chapter. We get Gear 5th Luffy for the weekly Shonen Jump cover. I still can't get over this charming design and I can't wait to see it animated. And the color spread is basically a recreation of a classic color spread, just like for chapter 1000, so you can tell even Oda knew this is a special chapter. I think this is one of the better paced chapters. It was so rich with content on the top of having fantastic art. It had almost everything I love about One Piece: mystery, comedy, jaw-dropping reveals, tension, and a lot of things to theorize about. I also like the contrast between the wholesome first half and the insanity in the second one. It helps making the crazy moment even more unpredictable. We get a funny parallel of Caribou trapped in a barrel. I'm assuming it was Frankie's doing this time as well, but him being present when Luffy declared his dream, I'm not sure how to feel about this. Also, assuming Luffy isn't aware of him being here, it would even be more weird because of the amount of people on the ship with such high level of observation hockey, but we'll see. The crew interactions on the Sunny were gold, massive pre-time skip vibes. We get some Vice Captain Zoro moments with Luffy, making a hilarious face, and considering Zoro is the most emotionless Straw Hat, the crew makes fun of him despite being illogical in this case. Again, the comedy due to the exceptional dynamic of the crew is always on point. When I saw the title of the chapter, I was preparing myself for Luffy's dream reveal, but Oda stays Oda. He ended up teasing it even more. But the way this whole moment was executed was amazing, and the fact that each Straw Hat had a different reaction makes so much sense and will allow readers to analyze what the dream is. Someone childish like Chopper loved it. It made a freak like Frankie excited. It got Robin and Zoro in shock and the rest were laughing. I think Robin's reaction in particular is interesting because she's always been interested in Luffy and the deep. Luffy's dream might be related to its meaning. And do you know what's special about moments like these? Or he laughed? It's the fact that one day we will revisit these chapters, but with a whole different perspective on it. Oda's long-term planning and masterful build-up never ceases to amaze me. It's also revealed that Shanks teared up when Luffy told him his dream, which immediately makes me think of this moment in the Oden flashback when Shanks cried after Roger's words are most likely related to his hidden dream as well. And if you remember, Shanks told Rayleigh that Luffy said the same words. That's why Shanks bet on Luffy in the first. The double spread is amazing here. I love Luffy's expressions and there's a lot of care behind every detail. I'm wondering where the last poneglyph will be. I think with Bonnie being on the ship, the poneglyph will end up on whatever island they land on next. Also, Bonnie is someone who could drop a ton of lore on the top of being one of the most mysterious supernovas. So her appearance is definitely a plus, especially as someone who was present during the reverie. We discover that Lulusia is one of the 8 nations that rebelled against the world government, and it was on Imu's list to erase. Now I want to talk about this section in an artistic manner first, because the way it was executed was beyond masterful. A transition that stretches the panel from the Gorosei to Kamabaka Kingdom. Sabo's facial expressions gradually kept becoming more intense, which gave the final moment a special tempo for its build-up. The whole environment changes tone. We get an insanely intimidating panel of Imu before putting the mark on Lulusia on the map, a silhouette of nothing but their eye, a light coming from heavens obliterating the island, with the chilling dialogue of Lulusia never existing. I think Imu's using some kind of ancient weapon because I don't think he's a fighter himself. My god, what a moment. I legit think this was the most intense moment in all of One Piece, and Imu is already one of the most intimidating villains. Sabo saw the unseen, and now Dragon has to move. A confrontation between Dragon and Imu has to happen. Imu has to be taken down by a D member, the enemies of gods. Speaking of that, the emo spread reminded me of Enel. Enel and Doflamingo felt like mini versions of the final villain. I think it should be obvious that Sabo survived. I'm assuming Kuma used his ability. I'm also assuming Bonnie was on the island because few days later the crew finds her. The observation hacky boys notice Bonnie and Chopper dies. The final saga is a different league. It's One Piece at its peak and will continue to be that. If you like the video, subscribe. See you next time.